Hi, and welcome back to our kitchen. I'm glad you came back, and if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do that. Push the like button and tell all your friends that have dietary issues to watch my channel. Today I'm going to do a pasta fagioli. It's an Italian soup with beans, and it's been done so many ways, the recipes I looked at on the internet. So I kind of picked what would be best for us. And I mean, some of them put hamburger, some put sausage, some of them put kale, and I guess it's the region in Italy that you're from, or how your mom or nonna used to make it. Join us and I'll show you how it's done. Now what I have here is 4 slices of thick cut bacon. This is optional, and I'm just going to cook this down, render the fat out, and I'm going to be doing sausage next. The reason I want to do the meat first is I want to judge how much oil I have left in the dish. I don't want my soup to be greasy, so I'm going to go ahead and saute this down. I'll be right back. Okay, I cooked the bacon down till it was crispy. Now I'm going to take the slotted spoon and take all this out and put it on a paper towel. From my studies on pasta fagioli, or pasta fagioli, whichever region you're in Italy, they did the soup different ways. And some of them put bacon like I'm doing now. And then for the second meat, you could actually leave that out, leave the bacon out if you want to go vegetarian. I've got sausage today. I had some in the freezer I needed to use up. So here I have 6 links of the sweet Italian sausage that I've taken the skin off of it. It's, I forget what they call it. Anyway, some people use hamburger. I'm going to use sausage today. So I need to cook this up, and I'll come back to show you what it looks like. Okay, there's not much cooking on this because it's going to cook in the Instant Pot anyway. So I'm going to add the herbs. And what I have here is 2 teaspoons of Italian seasoning, a teaspoon of dried basil, because I don't have fresh yet. My garden hasn't been planted. I have a 1/4 cup of red pepper flakes, a teaspoon of pepper, black pepper. I'm not adding any salt yet because the products that we're going to use, the tomato products, have salt in them. So I don't want to end up with a very salty soup. And especially right now, at my age, I have to stay away from the salt. So I'm going to mix these in, get them well incorporated. I like seasoning the meat anyway, and the vegetables. Okay, next I'm going to add a can of diced tomatoes. And instead of tomato sauce, I had this in my pantry. I'm going to add 28 ounces of pasta sauce. Now you can use any brand you want. You can use canned, jarred. I'm not going to really mention the name of this one, but it's got Italian sausage in it and garlic. So that's my favorite. Okay, and then I'll probably rinse that out because it still has some in it. And let's stir this up. And at this point, if you're not dairy free, you can add a tablespoon of Parmesan cheese, or 2, whichever you like. And then since I'm dairy free, I have to add the Nutritional Yeast, and that gives it a little bit of a cheesy taste. And also I want to add my garlic. This is a lot. It's a lot. We like garlic. You can add 2 cloves if you want. Get that all stirred in there. I'm going to save my fresh parsley till the end. I do have fresh parsley. And get that in there. And next we have 2 cans of beans. Now these are rinsed because of the salt factor. And I'm getting to the top level of my Instant Pot line here. There's a line in here that says do not fill over that line. So I'm going to add my chicken broth. This is broth made from bouillon, gluten-free bouillon, and I can actually hit that line. How about that? Now, the bacon. I'm going to put some in here, and I'm going to save the rest for garnish. And one thing about the soup is, if you're having a dinner party or neighbors over or whatever, ask them ahead of time what they can have and what they can't have. That way you can build a recipe around their dietary needs. And in fact, the pasta that I'm going to add later, I'm going to put some water in this, but the pasta I'm adding later is going to be cooked separately. That way if one of your neighbors is low carb, they don't have to eat the pasta. Or if you have gluten pasta, they can leave it out if they're gluten free. So right now I'm going to rinse this out and put the water that I rinse it out with in here. And I'm going to come back and show you when I put the lid on. Okay, I threw some of that bacon in here, and I'm going to add 2 bay leaves, dried bay leaves. And as I said before, I'd add fresh herbs if I had them, and it actually makes it better. But summer's not here yet, and I don't have my garden planted. So I'll be back after, well, let me put the lid on. I did that easily this time. Sometimes I have a problem. Okay, on the top you have sealed. You have venting. You want it on sealed. I'm going to cancel the saute, do pressure cook button, and I'm going to do it for 8 minutes. You have to remember everything in here is basically cooked. So then I'll come back and show you what the soup looks like, and we're going to taste it for seasonings. Okay, it's done. It smells really great. I need to taste the soup to make sure that the salt and pepper are right. Because remember, we had a lot of products like the chicken broth had salt in it. That tastes good. Okay. What they're calling for in all the recipes is white wine. I don't have any. But in most recipes, at the end, you add an acidic content, Worcestershire sauce, vinegar. A lot of recipes call for vinegar. I'm going to add a tablespoon of balsamic vinegar. I prefer it over the Worcestershire. And then here comes the parsley. This is when you put the parsley in because it's a fresh part of your soup. Okay, now I'm going to spoon it out and show you what it looks like in the bowl. Okay, now I've spooned the pasta out into the bowl. Like I say, if you have people that cannot have pasta as far as carbs, they can leave it out. Each bowl can be different. Reason I didn't cook the pasta in the soup is because it will get all gummy and absorb all the liquid. There we go. Now I have some bacon for the top. I'm going to put that on there. And I have some parsley left over. Could put that on there. And then I have some gluten-free Crostinis that I've buttered and put garlic powder on so you don't feel cheated out of no garlic bread. And these are made by Char. I'm sure you're aware of it if you're gluten-free. And look how pretty that is. I hope you enjoyed the video. I took a recipe that I've never made before and made it gluten-free and dairy-free. And I hope that helps you, the people out there that have dietary problems. I can't cover everything, but I just know gluten-free and dairy-free. Please subscribe to our channel. Come back and watch us. And tell your friends. Be kind to your neighbor. Bye.